Hello, this is Tom with Trout Creek Tree Farm, and today I'd like to talk about an injection pump, specifically for the Kubota Mini series engine. In this case, it's the two-cylinder Z482, but that would be the D722, D902, the O2 series. I believe the pump is made by Bosch, Zexel. It's a little roller pump and just works off, it's cam operated. Got some geese going over here, so bear with me. Anyways, so let me turn this around. So here is the pump in particular. Now I have one side done. Like I said, this is a two-cylinder pump, a two-cylinder engine. So you look inside there, there's quite a bit of, it's just wide open there. And I want to point out several different alignment pieces, and the reason I'm making this video is after searching online to try to figure out what's the order sequence for putting this back together, because sometimes these things fall apart on you and you don't know. So let's just start from this end here. So we have this piece which will go in first, but before you do that, you have to put that little tiny pin. And that was my nemesis. I didn't realize I was missing that pin, so I had to order it. There's your part number. It goes in a hole right there. And then it aligns this piece once you slide it in there. See that slot right there? That slot slides down into that pin. And so this piece then, this is the cylinder, can't rotate, and it will line up and allow the fuel to flow through. Once you get those pushed in, and make sure that they're fully in, because even if you have the pin in there and that piece in there, they may not be aligned, so spend some time with that. This piece then can be put in there. Next would be this little flat washer. Again, it'll go up against this part right here. And then you have this little piece. This little piece has a bell. You can see that it's a little bit bigger on one end. That bigger end goes against and presses against this, and that's seal there. Now, there's this little gem. It slides. I'm trying to do this through the camera. They're not that great. In there like that. I recommend putting it in as a whole piece like that. Finally, you'll have your spring, which will slide in your housing here, and then the whole thing will screw into this socket once you put it in. When you get there, you can flip it over, and this was my holding device, so I can hold it and work on it. Kind of hard to position this. And then you get to the other side. Oh, one thing I want to talk about. So when putting in this piece here, you see it has a flat spot on one side. That flat spot is going to correspond with that, only it'll be in that rotation. So that's your key right there. So and let's talk about that. This right here is the throttle piece. It allows and adjusts for the fuel flow in your pump. And you know, as you give it more gas, this goes side to side, and it rotates this piece inside and this piece inside of here, which is inside of that. And then there's a little cam roller that when the cam roller pushes against there, it pressurizes it. Anyways, now that we've done the top side, we're going to do the bottom side. The bottom side starts with this, and you see that little ball bearing there, if you can. There we go. See that piece? It slides way down inside of there, and you can see as I move this back and forth, there's a little place for it to slide in there, that little notch. That's where it goes. take some time, get it right. You can just, I'm using a little screwdriver in order to try to get it positioned right. Next is this piece. Now this piece, the best I can understand it, there's two parts to it. That angled groove needs to rotate towards this. So we're going to be this orientation in relationship to the fuel inlet port. And it will slide in to here. It'll slide through this and into there. So after you get that piece in, you'll end up putting that on your spring, put your piece in, and getting this lined up, that flat side with the grooves in there, is a bit of a booger. And the whole time you can't see it because you have this piece on top holding it, clips into that little clip piece right there. This roller piece, I just keep it together. It actually has 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces to it. There's a flat plate there. There's the roller piece. There's a pin, and then there's this main carriage. It'll all come apart, and you'll lose that pin. The pin's not too small. It's not that small, but it is there. And then the last piece, which you probably remember, is these pieces here. These little pins are very small and easy to lose. You see they have a little groove in them. All right, they end up going in right there in those two holes, and then that snap ring goes around the side. I use, when I've taken this thing apart and put it back together so many times I can't remember, I actually use the snap ring as my screwdriver to adjust it so that I get, because these little pieces, there you go, they're supposed to slide on there and hold it in place like that, if you can see that. So anyways, I hope this is helpful to all of you. It's been a booger. I've had a problem with the piston sliding in to the cylinder here. For some reason, it was binding up on me. I think I got it solved this morning. So I'm gonna put the other side together and put this thing back to work.